today. From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on the Carolina Panthers.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Mahomes going to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down. You look at this Carolina defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ford. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to have a third down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes to throw once more. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Max Crosby in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Mahomes firing complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again.
Micah Parsons
In there to drop him. It sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. So on fourth down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
The numbers for Brooks a week ago.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Chris Jones on the stop.
Here's a 2nd and 8. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
They need 2. Here's third down.
A give to the fullback on the dive.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The slot man in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, Teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington now brings this out. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your two current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
The handoff to Ford up the middle, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Mahomes now to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game from the 31. Here's 2nd down and 2. They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young working out of the gun.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But they didn't get a whole. It's honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now here's Mahomes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Brooks.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. They'll try again. And this time he works his way in. Touchdown, Panthers.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Carolina scores to cap it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now Mahomes.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, the way things have been going in this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play. And they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
The bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake, Young.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, Young. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second down, Young. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And they just get the play off. Now Young. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 66 yards.
And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. A lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And this defense not ready for that one, as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Right back to him on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now Young here, you can see changing the play.
Young off the play fake. Out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Brooks.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. So his big first half continues, his third touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly.
Here we go, set. 33, yellow.
Slot man moves right. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of no.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason count. Test. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Now Young going to move him around. Now Young. Off play action. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
They'll run with Brooks. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 106 yards. For him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Chiefs will take over here just shy of the 30.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately it's Young off play action.
Got a man. That's Legette.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work
now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Up the middle they go with Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Young. He's got it to Williams. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Young on first down.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Xavier Worthy.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington now brings this out. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Following the interception, Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
A first down throw for Young.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
The slot man in motion right.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass.
Shedding the tackle. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 3rd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On play action, Young. That's complete to Laporta. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 22 now, here's second down and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Young off the play fake. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington now brings this out.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And their 4-game wins. Now they'll audible to something else.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and a couple.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
66 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That one completes him again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Now, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
18 Randall.
Check 26, check 26.
Hustle.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Carolina, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.